They get up at 7 for breakfast at 7:30. Then from 8 to 9 they do skill building, like that's communication skills, understanding why they think the way they think and feel the way they feel and learning the difference between thinking and feeling and things like that. So skill building. 9 to 11 will be work meditation. Work meditation is that'll be like on meditating on the 4 elements. Musical theme. They get together and play around with the songs. We do have some instruments. We have 2 nuns that are artists.
I know you're doing your it's a bit far, otherwise I'm I'm an elementary school teacher, so I'm listening, yeah.
This is so wonderful. And we have to finish this. And I have to send the email to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody either give me a card if you want the email of the final.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
And next, the next conference we have, or even before then, I'll have the whole thing posted on the web. Everybody can see their handiwork, how wonderful this has come out.
The Mongolian women, they had an idea too.
Yes.
They went to they played soccer where they had to hold hands. So 2 people had to act as one player.
Wow.
Play soccer.
Like a 3-legged race.
Yeah. But they only did the hands. I guess they don't trip too.
Yeah. That's great. For team building and trust.
And
Yeah. This is so interesting. 1 ball and 8 legs. Wow, you must be brilliant. Good.
Oh, this is terrific. About it tomorrow. Because that's how we deal with everything. Keep it real. We can't wait 2 weeks to confess, because by that time people have forgotten or they decided it wasn't that bad or whatever, so we just deal straight out like that. So this will be that with them, situational, so they don't have to take things home, harbor them, and hear voices that say just kill 2 people. It's to just help them process and deal with things right in the present moment. Done. However I resolve it, that's it. And so we'll work with things like that.
Do they sit around the campfire doing it?
yeah, that's a good point. It's just dependent.
Exactly. If there are places that are close that you can go on by foot, or if you have to take transportation to see more than one place. That's my question. It's the first time I'm in Mongolia, so I don't know.
Yeah, in Mongolia, usually that's second person.
So it's a long distances.
Yeah.
So you should and pass from one place to another.
Хүмүүсээ ингэж асууж байгаа Монгол одоо анх ирж байгаа хэд одоо яг өөрсдөө хоолоо ингэж шууд эзэн аваа явах юм уу эсвэл шууд тэр газар очиж бол та одоо нэг тэр газруудаас бус газруудаас хооллоод явах юм уу аль нь илүү нийтлэг байна?
Хүмүүс хинсээ аваа мод зөв ийцгүй тухайн газруудаас авч байгаа. Манайх нөгөө нэг бас нэг тийм аялал энэ төр зохион байгуулалт хийсэн. Тэгээ ерөөсөө тухайн газраас авч байгаа. Нийтлэг эндээс бодоод тийм
She's actually from this the Mongolia association. This the Mongolian Students Association. So before they were also organizing this kind of program, so they have good experts on it. So before that, they have to prepare everything for cook. Yeah, from the town they will buy everything. Then on the way they will cook themselves. It will be much easier. Otherwise, on the way sometimes there is no shop and no restaurant, so it will be difficult. So they can prepare everything before, good preparation.
And where are they sleeping?
Here, Hanon's sleeping.
яг бид нэр бол тийм зүүн
Historical place or nunnery and monastery, they don't have any expert on it. So other place before, she had one expert, which is they offer it at their hostel,
Yeah.
Before probably they all contracted and then
They were like
Саяны газар дээр явна гэдэг байгаа шүү дээ. Тэгээ яагаад та надад тэгж үзсэн юм бэ гэж.
Тэгэхээр би kasi дээр хүмүүний дэлаад энэ нэг яг ямар гэдэг нэг гэдэг. Энэ сонцонгаа дээр. 집중. 오늘은 dinner.
Like me, I have to fly from America here. You know.
Because you have a very short summer. This is summer camp, so you have to be very quick for summer.
And here,
Одоо ингээд алуусын зохион байгуулалт чинь баган хугацаа шүү дээ. Тэгэхээр амжихгүй. Одоо жишээлх юм бол энэ хүн Америкаас нааша энд ирж олж явах жишээтэй тийм. Тэгэхээр чи тэр гадаадаас ирэх хүмүүсийн ажил юу юм бол зөвхөн хэрэгтэй болно.
so you write a report, okay? Make sure the report is important to document what we discussed about today, because otherwise you forget. And these people should have a copy of that report.
And you have to keep in contact because a long time people forget or think, oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so everybody from the beginning has to be given some job. Then you have to be responsible for this, you have to be responsible for this.
За тэгэхээр одоо юу гэдгийг энэ уцыг авна гэдэг чинь холбоотой ах хэрэгтэй. Тэгээд
Yeah, see? You've got your spiritual advisor here.
Good.
холбоотой зөвлөгчтэй боллоо.
There's a mother there too.
Yeah.
Энэ юм уу тийм? Энэ таны утсан.
But just write her down and put an advisor, a sponsor.
91113681 гэдэг нь болохоор таны утсан тийм.
Put her as a sponsor. Make sure she's a sponsor, okay?
Нэр утсын амар.
Таныг бас ивент төхөө.
Бид нар хамтар нэг байгаа.
This is your
Бид
daughter.
нар хамт энэ вебсайт
Okay, very good.
Your mom?
Almost about 16 people
Okay, very good. So you have an
in that organization. So
So they have 16 people help them already.
Oh, fantastic.
I will stay in
Maybe first one 200 in Mongolia.
Oh my goodness.
I asked me.
9? 11. Ah, just the right age.
Yes, that's very good. You have the whole center. So that's what she gave you. You make a report and then you try to contact all of these young people, and then it will happen. The center will help you. Yes.
ингээд нэг багаас нэг төв туслахаар очлаа гэдэг чинь сайхан яриг шүү гэж.
That's very good. Lucky.
So this
Тэгэхээр азтай байна гинэ. Түрүү нь болохоор энэ нөгөө 10 хүн гэсэн чинь их бэлэг дэмбэртэй юм боллоо. Багш нөгөө 10 шавьдаа ингэж ном зааж ирсэн те. Бэлэг дэмбэртэй тав байна гэж хэлжсэн.
everybody has to look for this girl tomorrow. Come back here. Yeah.
Make sure when you see her, ask for her report. Huh?
надаас энэ тэмдэглэлийг аваарай гинэ. Та нарыг бүгднийг
Okay. Only 10.
Thank you for
They
concern.
have a big group here. They have a center. 16 people in that center to help them. Yes. That's a big thing.
Yes.
I think we will have to go inside. Huh?
Trouble. Nobody can go near Supertown Square. So the buses will be moving from the hotel south side. How do we get the word out to everybody who's registered? Who has the registration list?
Well, the Mongolian. I have, but on my
We
computer.
have the Mongolian list.
Well,
The Mongolian list. With all the names of the Mongolian list.
yes.
You do?
Well, I have, yeah, but not here.
Okay. We need to call her, so we really need your help because people might wonder where can they go, right? So we need you to give people to place call. So how is your, they've got, if you, now listen, you always think things aren't possible. I think everything's possible. If you have 20 volunteers, they each call 10. It's easy. And then you just put a little check who you call, and an hour later you call the ones you for the page. It's very simple. Right? You have 20 students, don't you? Can you help? Okay, are you sure?
Can we sit and discuss this? And make
전화가 와가지고 갔다 왔어요.
전화 어떻게 내려요? 아니, 이자. 이자 이파. 네.
Thì phải cho sèo. Cho sèo ná, mua cái chặt ra.
Нiko min namnаас өгдөггүй нэг юм бол та имэн нэг ч байхгүй хүн байна энэ ч одоо нэг Kui nökr namar gure baikere taras.
Getting teachings on the place in the monastery, of course, is much more inspiring than just sitting in a classroom or in a camp or something. If you have the Bhutans around and the deities, of course,
That's
it's much more
exactly
inspiring.
Yeah, also they like it more. Most of them young, in Mongolia, young people, they are looking for pilgrimage, and also at the same time, as Venerable mentioned, it, they like that kind of teaching, pilgrimage, and at the same time, they can take the teachings. Yeah. Тэгэхээр ингэж л да энэ хүний хувьд бол тийм ээ одоо өөрийнх нь туршлагаас би ингэ яасан бол бүхний одоо ямар ч
What are you doing?
You caught me trying to edit my paper. It's a little too long. So I'm trying to see what I can take out
and still keep the essence of it.
When are you presenting?
I'm presenting on Friday morning, on the multicultural panel. And it's very hard to try and talk about what's going on in different cities in a country that many people will have never visited and have no idea of the scope. So I want to try and take out as many of the technical elements and leave as much of the heart of it as I can. How's that?
Yeah, I see vegetable there for you. Yeah.
Stitches?
Yeah.
She saw you in
just we
Portugal.
are part to we and then she's 2002 I am there also. She was there, yeah, also 2000.
Those days I am very thin like this.
In Portugal? Were you?
She give it to inside this under the Buddhity in the meditation you're teaching somebody. Yeah.
No.
Maybe not.
Other
Maybe
one.
maybe so.
No.
And she's from Australia,
Australia.
Sri Lanka.
I lived before in Sri Lanka. Now at the moment in Australia. And you? Nepal?
I'm staying Nepal. I'm Indian.
Are you?
But I'm living in
Oh, fantastic.
Nepal.
Oh,
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu,
Yeah. Sabarmuchi is
Okay, very good.
India where I was?
Himachal Pradesh. North.
Himachal.
Yeah.
Bombay.
No, Bombay no.
Not Bombay.
Simla, you know? Simla? Ladakh.
Ladakh.
Not Ladakh, I am the part of Kinori. Ladakh is very cold. It's a nice place, but it's cold. My place is.
How long you
21 years old. Yeah. No, I'm here. It's 1 year, 8 months. I'm staying in Mongolia.
Oh, well, oh, fantastic. Now in Mongolia. She was for 1.5 years.
Westerners. What? Closer? Oh, sorry. In our group this morning, there were about 4 Westerners. There were 2 nuns from Nepal, and then there were about 20 Mongolian women. So it became clear that rather than talk about our own experience, that the Mongolian women were are in a situation of great transition, and that we wanted to hear from them. So we spoke with all of them and asked them questions and had a discussion, and that was our group.
Efforts this afternoon with regard to creating a camp for children, and we decided immediately that the camp should have a theme. And we shared among our group. Our group was maybe 20 people, 6 of whom were from Asia. Several people were monastics, and the rest, I think, were from Europe and North America. We shared actually existing camps. Several people in the group already had experience, one with a camp in Vietnam with 3,000 children that is functioning now, and we learned things from each person, most of whom were from Asia, who already had camps. Okay. And came up with the fact that we needed a theme, and we decided that manga, Japanese cartooning, is something that children all over the world already have a familiarity with and an affection for and a great enthusiasm for. So we used the term manga. Someone looked on their computer and found an image and showed us all what manga is. And there's a great classic manga story of the Buddha, which already exists. So we kind of used that as our focus, and from that, we called our camp Green Manga Dharma, and we decided that it was very important that it include the manga be using the Jakarta tales and the Buddha's life as a kind of central theme for the larger camp, that the camp would need to include familiarity with nature, that we would need to have leadership that was youthful and had a familiarity with the children. So along with monastics and very experienced Dharma teachers, we would ask to the manga creators. There are a few very famous manga creators in the world to present in our camp to these children, be teachers. Also music stars, of which there are several around the world who are already Buddhists, to come and make presentations. So the leadership we thought should be young, including the counselors who should be youthful Buddhist practitioners. And then we went from that to the idea that there would be teams, that the children would want to participate with each other in teams, and that there would be free, and we didn't get to talking about how we in the West might support a camp in this fashion. So that was it. Thank you.
Одоо янз бүрийн өгүүлэл бичдэг тийм багч гэдэг юм уу? Эсвэл цадиг хэлбэрээр бурхан багшийн түүх намтраар театр.
The majority were Mongolian women and young women, and they had some fantastic ideas. They would like to have youth camp for city young people and country young people, because city young people would like to know about country young people, their lives. They would like to learn about the environment. They like to know about ethnic stories, about Mongolian culture. They like to learn from young people in the country. They would like to have a camp in a nice environment away from the city. So it's a nice environment where they can learn horse riding, because many young people in Mongolia don't know, in the city in Mongolia they don't know horse riding, so they would like to learn horse riding. They like to learn leadership training, to learn play games, traditional games. Young people in the city have forgotten, or they don't know some of the Mongolian traditional games. So, they like to learn about traditional Buddhist songs, and we found out that it's not common that nuns and monks go to schools to teach about Buddhism. Young people learn about Buddhism from their parents when they take them to the temple. So what they would like is the monks and nuns to go to the school and teach children stories about the Buddha, because they know that monks don't like young children to draw a picture of the Buddha, but they like to do activities to learn about Buddhism. They would like to mix with international young people, so to have the opportunity to meet young people from other cultures and to discuss other religions. They raised the issue about young people, some people becoming Christians in the Mongolian community. They would like to have an open dialogue about Christianity, so they can share and learn from each other. They would like to learn about extended family values that they feel that they are losing in the city. They would like, because in the country people have a good relationship with their grandparents. So when they move, they like people from the country to share that with them and to learn their values. And they also said some young children don't go to kindergartens, so they would like young children to learn about Buddhism and to have access to education. So we had a big
we came up with the team, actually we came up with commitment. So allow me to call the reporter, Yamchin. Yamchin, are you here? Please come up. We actually have a group commit to a youth summer camp. We'll be doing it here next year in Ulaanbaatar, and they even came up with a sponsor. They're so fortunate. Please call your friend up here to introduce to the Mongolian people and also Sangha. Your list in Ulaanbaatar to see them, who they are. So later they organize this. They will know who and who. That's why I want to bring them up. So ask them to come up. And also the Sangha, get the information to meet new friends and to play new games, and then to keep in touch and to share experience. And important is inter-family dialogue between children and family, and because we know that there are many children that are growing up without talking to parents. They can talk to their peers. But then, because in the summer youth camp like that, and then they can talk, they don't want to talk to their mother, but they talk to the whole world at the same time. So I let her to report what we're talking about. So she will report in Tibet, in Mongolian, and later I will explain a little bit more in English. However, we came up with next year will be Ulaanbaatar, and she has a sponsor. This group has a center, has 16 people to help them, and they came up with 10 people sign up to volunteer from beginning to the end, from A to Z. So you can see that and luckily all these youth came to the discussion, and they all volunteer, and they think that's a good idea. So can you make a report in Tibet, in Mongolian? Okay.
Тэр тусланда хүүхдүүд тодорхой хөтөлбөрийн дагуу ямар ч тийм зүгээр суухааргүйгээр тийм хөтөлбөрийн дагуу өглөөнөөс аваад орой болтол өглөөс ирээд яах вэ гэгээд орой унталтаа яах вэ бүх зүйлүүдээ хөтөлбөрийн дагуу сургана. Тэгээд хөгжим дандаа залуучууд байсан л да. Тэгээд 10 хүүхдийн нэрээ бичүүлээд утсаа өгөөд тэгээ хоорондоо холбогдож байгаа дараа жил туслан зохион байгуулж болох юм аа гэж хэлсэн юм аа.
Энэ туслаханд олон 10-аас 15 насны хүүхдүүд эцэг 10-аас 15 насны эцэг ихтэй зүг явуулна. А тэгээ 15-аас 25 хоорондын харьцааг бас тэр нэг бурхны шигшний сургаалаар тэнд бас нэг хүмүүжил явагдах юм уу гэж яаж байгаа тийм. Тиймэрхүү яриа юмгаа гаргасан шүү дээ тийм.
So to the venerables, I was committed to them that I will request and invite some venerables to come to teach them. And also the program design, like we have Dharma classes, we also have art classes, we also have dance classes, we also have games and play, and of course we also create the life of Buddha dramas for the children. So that we teach them the life of Buddha by create plays. So that's how we will come up with. And we hope that some of the Sangha would be able to afford the air ticket, because I don't think the beginning, the first year, they have money to pay for it, but we should volunteer to come and help them, to advise and create this summer camp for them next year. And I would like to call upon the Mongolian local important people that to sponsor this summer camp next year to make it success, because they already signed up for it, they already decided for next year. So hope the Mongolian people will support.
Quite difficult after this wonderful presentation to come up with a better presentation. We had a group with quite a few nuns at the beginning, and then we went straight to question the young girls we had in our group, 2 volunteers and 2 girls, and in the back were some Mongolian ladies. And what they actually said when we said, would you like to have a summer camp? And then they said, no, not really. We would like to go out and go circulating mountains or go hiking and visit pilgrimage places. And one nun said that, yes, actually she went circulating the mountain, I think just across here, and she took some youngsters along and they liked it very much. So their preference was not to have a summer camp in one place, but to visit historical places. And then we asked, but would you like to get teachings on these places? And they said, no, we don't like to sit in. Also in the university, when we hear these teachings, we don't like that. And then we thought maybe we suggested, how about prayers or getting some instructions when they see the paintings of the Buddhas or other deities, and that each of them could make an individual project about what they experience on the trip.
and they thought this would be a good idea. And it was very much emphasized that they would like to go with a bus from one pilgrimage place to another and experience what it means to go to these places and be accompanied by a Mongolian monk or nun. And the name of our group was Youth. And then there was a question to them, would you also, what do the young people do that are not Buddhists? And they said, they are more out and entertaining themselves, but they would really like to study what their roots are and what Buddhism is.
Wasn't the original speaker of the group, but she has to go, so the others forced me to speak again. And so I haven't anything written, so I just tried to speak. Our speaker was Venerable Panawata, who is the leader of a temple in North Carolina. And she had the idea to make a youth summer camp about 2 years. And she said it's so difficult to get ideas how to make that. And I'm happy to say that we made it in half an hour to give her ideas. First, our idea was, because she said there are problems in North Carolina between Caucasians, African American, and Hispano American, and she herself is an African American. She said there are problems between these groups, and so she wanted a group of young people from all of these groups, and it's difficult to get them together and to get them talk together. And so we said maybe it's a possibility to make music together, because that's a language everyone can understand. And she said, oh, that is a problem because I'm Theravadan, and the Theravadan are allowed chanting, but not to make music. So we had different other ideas. One was to make them to paint together, maybe making graffitis together to the life of the Buddha or to special ethics of Buddhism, so that they have to discuss together and paint together. And a third idea was, because this temple must be in a very remote area, very nice, with a mountain and water and a bridge over that. So we said we have to get this surrounding in it, and so maybe the young can meditate or making walking meditation over the bridge, or they can sit under the mountain, and so they get also the nature and the feeling for the nature. And I forgot the last thing, maybe, huh? The fire. Yes, she said they had a fire place, and so we have all the 4 elements: water, fire, earth, and air. Yes, thank you very much. Oh, we will need that very much, yes, even by talking. So, and that was, yes, the last one, the fire, and to make fire. And it was great to see how we can make fire, not only by having these I don't know how you call it in English, but even with sticks, and to try with sticks to get a small fire and to light then a bigger fire. It's
бясалгал үлддэг ч юм уу ийм юм хийвэл ямар вэ гэсэн тэгээ бас нэг санаа болохоор сүүлийнхэн санаа гал түлья гэсэн юм байна. Гал түлж сурыг гэж
Let me say that I am representing the great power of gray hair and gray wisdom in this group. However, I don't have extremely positive message to deliver in front of you, because women have already sent their children out of their homes. They are grandmothers, and the contact with children and younger people is through nephews and nieces. That means the grandmothers are taking care of the second generation of Mongolians. Being in the position of the grandmother, it's not necessarily the easiest way to organize the summer camp. So instead of talking about organizing campfires and cooking sandwiches and making onigiri, we looked at the current Mongolian system. How is that system taking care of the children and children education? And I need to say that talk delivered by my friend Laila-san was very inspiring, and as it deals with the state system which takes care, or at least allows for the education, Buddhist education, and that may involve Buddhist camps or Buddhist activities. For the grandmothers of that group, the most important thing for the children in children education was to make focus on meditation. However, meditation is an indispensable part of Buddhist life in Mongolia. That's the daily practice, very often supported by in a family in a very active way. So one lady was very happy to say that we have already our children already know how to meditate and know meditation. The problem is with computers, computer games, and all the mod cons which are coming from the West. And how to perhaps even use the computers to teaching Dhamma. There was a very positive experience in Tarhan and Nadakh. There were two ladies, two Buddhist nuns. One of them was Sister Sarah, who came to Mongolia, organized a camp for children aged 6 to 11. And there are two active participants, two grandmothers who were very happy to observe the program. They are very happy to spread the program and talk to those who want to make contact with them. However, there is not really there are no emphasis on the active approach to organizing children camp among grandmothers. So I suggested perhaps the mushrooming system. Then instead of focusing on a big schooling program, which not necessarily is flexible to incorporate many new ideas coming from the West or coming from the Buddhist women, I suggested that perhaps we should start little mushrooming groups where they are established for the purpose of one camp only, and if the camp is for the immediate children of that mother who is organizing, the grandmother who is organizing, then that is still better than doing nothing and waiting for the government system to change its program. Being born in Poland, I understand very well what the group is talking about. The system in Mongolia is very much the Russian system, which we had in my country. So I do understand how difficult it is to change, and how education of grandmothers and mothers influences their viewpoint in here and now.
it's not necessarily not necessarily very easy to change that point. I'll tell you something about education. It's something that won't work without motivation. So tell me, what's your consideration? What do you think about the young generation? Engagement is what you need. Engagement and you'll succeed. Engagement is what you need. Engagement, that's all we need. Compassion should be your attitude. Empathy and wisdom, yo, that's good. RESPECT. Respect for you, respect for me. Eye to eye must be the relation. Then you get an engaged generation. Engagement is what you need. Engagement and you'll succeed. Engagement is what you need. Engagement, that's all we need. Engagement is important for young and old. If there is none, life becomes cold. Let's become partners, whether you're young or old. Become engaged and life becomes cold. Engagement is what you need. Engagement and you'll succeed. Engagement is what you need. Engagement, that's all we need. Yo!
We'll keep you.
We started as kind of teachers and lecturers, and ended up to become the head of that monastery. And this is it takes about 50 years for me.
してから35年、この間は、今日本の二層も大変老齢化等で減っておりまして、大体修行僧は20人から25人の横ばい。
Buddhism in Japan is really has changed. And the past 30 to 35 years, the training and nuns in the temple is around 20 to 25 people.
で修行のありようとしては、一番これでも最高の指導者の、資格をいただくわけですが、長いので8年、そんな感じになります。
So we usually ask them to stay at minimum 2 years. So people stay 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, and so on. And the longest in our temple, usually people stay up to 8 years. And once they stay 8 years, they are qualified, so-called as teacher.
それから普段の日程、修行の日常ですね。日常普段は朝4時からの1時間と夜8時からの1時間が座禅。
Our daily life of that train monastery is usually we have 2 meditation. It's called zazen in our temple. Twice a day in the early morning that start from 4 o'clock in the morning and in the evening 8 o'clock.
その座禅に続いて1時間半の朝のお勤め、それから夕方のお勤めと2度の座禅と2度のお勤めで、昼のお勤めというのは昼の間はほとんど一般通仏教の授業か専門の禅の授業、あるいは教科としてのいろんな日本禅文化としてのいろんな教科授業とかそういうもののお勉強が昼間びっしり入っておりますので、昼のお勤めは朝便宜的に朝のお勤めに続いてやってしまっております。
So we usually have 2 chantings, that in the morning about 1.5 hours after that meditation, and in the evening as well. And usually in the daytime, it's in as a system as the Buddhism. They usually should have 3 chantings in the morning, in the daytime, and in the evening. But in the daytime, we have a lot of classes like a Dharma talk or Dharma teaching, or sometimes we do have calligraphy and flower arrangement and all those classes. So we have those daytime and the chanting we put together and in the morning.
普段の生活がそういう日程でございますが、月の行事として月初めに3日間ないし5日間あるいは1週間と接心といいまして心を接すると書きますが、朝4時から夜9時まで仏通しの座禅をするときと、それから午後と1時間半ずつ2度の
専門の勉強授業ですね。講義が入るセッションと2つの人がありますけど、いずれにしてもぶっ通しの座禅4時から9時まで15時間、約15時間ですね。通しの座禅、あるいは午前午後1時間半ずつの2度の講座が入ると、そういう行事が月の初めに必ず行われます。
So usually that put the mind together, and that lasts and depends on the month, but it usually lasts 3 days or 5 days or 1 week. And some months we start meditation from 4 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock in the evening. Most of the time, except having that dinner time and some kind of short breaks between, we sit all day long in that period. Or some monthly at the regular sessions, we do have 1.5 hours that Dharma talk in the morning and in the afternoon.
今の日程は道内の修行僧中心の日程で、その一般の方々への教化事業としては日曜3000回というのがありまして、これは9時半から午後の4時半まで2度の座禅と2度の講座と食事はきちっと作法に従った食事をするという日曜3000回、約70名、二僧同生ともに約100名の食事になりますけど、この日曜3000回、それからもう一つお受会といいまして、解放を授ける受会というのが月に一度と、そんなのが一般教化に対する活動ですね。
And on top of that, sister, that mentioned that our schedule is for the nuns. But for the lay people, we usually have a monthly Sunday meditation. That usually lasts from 9:30 in the morning to 4:30. And we have 2 Dharma talks in the morning and in the afternoon, and 2 sitting at the meditation, and morning and afternoon twice. And on top of that, we are going to teach them kind of a strict form of special eating to kind of the bowls for that Zen Buddhism. And this on top of that regular monthly and Sunday and Zen day, we have couple times a year have kind of lay people's the precept that we usually have that is last 5 times per year.
で、これから夜のお勤めをさせていただくということですが、本当は長い、ある程度長いお勤めですけど、今日は簡単に中心のお経は大悲心だらにというお経と、最初に懺悔といいまして道場を昇言する、清めるというかな、お花とお香と洒水で道場を清めるという少し唱え事をして、それから大悲心だらにというのは観音様の徳をたたえたお経を盆語のままで読みます。それが一つで、あと三喜右衛門と、この最短のお務めをさせております。
So we are going to show that our evening chanting, and today's here we are going to show the little shorter version, and it's in that our temples we do have a little longer. That the process of today's, that the sequence of today's that the sutra is going to be, first of all, is called Sangye, and it means we purify those that where that we are going to chant. And the second, we are going to read Daihishin Dharani. That is, we are going to read and the original and the language, it means Sanskrit, I guess. And the third, at the end, that we are going to do is 3 what should I say? Sankilaimon. Is we are going to that is it. Yes.
3 what?
Taking refugees. Yeah. Refugees. Yes.
ですから本当はその浄土場はお花、お香と洒水とお花をずっと撒いて 道場を証言して、それから始めるというわけですが、今日は何もありませんので、お線香だけ一本立ててという訳式でございます。
So it's called Sangye, that purifying that place. We usually offer water and flour and incense. But today this is kind of improvising things, that the only thing that we have is incense, so that please forgive us for that not properly that purified here.
So Udan saranam gacchami, Dhamman saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. これを漢訳でお願いします。
The usual version of this was that three refugees that we chant in the Chinese at the characters version.
最後に来ました。
That's the last of the three refugees.
ごびれいたしました。
Thank you very much.
冬の最後の不栄光といいまして、願わくはこの功徳をもってあまねく一切に及ぼし、我らと主情と皆共に仏道を上善ことをという。
That is a sentence that after chanting that she reads that for that kind of very short version of that chanting.
今、お経を読まさせていただくその功徳をあまねく一切にすべての人ばかりではないすべての上に施して巡らしてそして私もそしてすべての人が仏道を上善ことをという誓願でしょうかね唱えたわけです。
That sutra is that this kind of merit of written sutra we receive, and that everybody who is in this world receive that merit, and this is everybody together is going to have that enlightened. That kind of basic ideas of that our short version of that chanting.
最後のエコーでございますね。
Thank you very much.
Would you like to continue meditating until 6?